And Voice of Health and the others who helped organize this important event in this important venue. I was just reading about the Vedic concept that objects take on energy that's projected onto them. And guess what? We're projecting it here in a very important place. So actually, if I could do the most worthwhile thing with my 10 minutes of time, I would ask Dr. Oshman to extend his time and talk, but you're not prepared for that. So, and I did prepare, but I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to meet you. And please, when he's speaking, do come back and listen. It will be important talking about projecting our energies here in the House of Congress. So listening to the other speakers and thinking about the talk on meditation, the last speaker mentioned had to make changes to your life and your lifestyle. And when opening the Mindfulness Center, we think of mindfulness meditation. People have asked me, why mindfulness? Why do you call it that? Because mindfulness and the meditation, which is a practice, is foundational for behavioral change. And in terms of our healthcare and well-being, what we're finding is that it's our lifestyle factors that really make a difference. It's in our lifestyle factors that we find good health, we find prevention, we find recovery, we find optimal living. And the mindfulness practice, or type of meditation practice, is foundational to getting yourself there. And it's different journeys for different people. Some people will come into the center and what heals them is a vigorous yoga class. Others will come in and it's a seated meditation practice. Or others come in and it's having the hands-on or nearly hands-on work of an energy healer. So it's different journeys for different people, but it's in our practice of tuning into ourselves and listening to the wisdom from within that we find the journey of our own health, of our own healing, and of our life's purpose and well-being. So I'm specifically supposed to talk about meditation, and there's really been some exciting discoveries in the last 10 years on meditation. I have a Google search on my email on mindfulness, and when I first started it, I wouldn't get anything. And I thought, oh, well, I'll just leave it there. There's no waste. Now I get stuff every day coming in. It's remarkable. I should plot a curve on the frequency of which it appears. It was a timely thing to do. My background, as Becky said, is in the science of meditation, and so I'll speak to in a few minutes about that. There is a biological basis for all the clinical effects that we are seeing with meditation. When NCAM, branch of National Institute of Health, first opened its doors to all these alternative practices that we're speaking of here today and elsewhere, the first question that it had was, do any of these things work? I mean, seriously, you guys are out there doing acupuncture, you're getting chiropractic treatment, we're not even going to talk yet about Reiki or Qigong. Do any of these things work? And they started getting some data back that said yes. It was a big discovery. And so then the question was, well, how does it work? And there's still a statement on NCAM's website that says about acupuncture, well, some clinical data shows clinical benefits, but nobody understands how it works. I guarantee you my acupuncturist knows how it works. They just speak a different language. And so what will be wonderful, this aha moment, is when conventional medicine and traditional medicine can be intertwined or can translate. When we can understand, when we speak of the 5 elements and the meridians and we speak of energy channels and so forth, that we understand it's not just endorphins that are increased by acupuncture and so forth. So we'll make this translation between the two languages. It will be a big aha. We'll turn a corner in conventional medicine. Not that conventional medicine has not had a history where we almost tasted of energy medicine, but we quickly put that aside. So then NCAM made another change. We've had probably 12 or more years now of looking at the mechanisms of action by which these alternative practices, and my background is meditation and all, running the center at AU, all the alternative approaches. Now they're starting to ask a new question. What is it? You run your hands over somebody and they start to feel better and they go, oh, thank you, do that some more. What is this that we're doing? You sit in meditation, you open your eyes and go, wow, the world's a lot more beautiful than I realized 10 minutes ago. What did you just do? That's the new question. That's the third level of the question. I'll be over there in a few minutes and I can speak to more about what that is that we're doing. But I will use a way of connecting our brains to the process, the act. Because right now there's a bit of this concept, oh, just do it, just try it. You don't need to understand. Or somebody was saying they do reflexology and they're satisfied that it's described as voodoo. But we have actually now got some translation. We've got words for translating what's happening. For example, in meditation, we know there are biochemical changes in the brain. We do see shifts in endorphins, serotonin, that ever wonderful drug that we're seeking with all our SSRIs to boost our serotonin levels, go up naturally with the practice of meditation. Dopamine levels, norepinephrine levels, adrenaline levels, they all shift with the practice of meditation. So we do see biochemical changes. There is a mechanism, a biochemical mechanism by which these things occur. There's physiological changes in the brain as well, changes in the gray matter and the white matter. Tell me, and I can, okay, read it. We see physical changes, we see changes in EEGs, when we look at the actual electromagnetic fields, we see shifts in the brain, we see shifts elsewhere in the body, we see clinical effects. So there's all kinds of data now on the specific mechanisms of action. So now the question that's ripe is, what is it that we're doing? And I invite you to explore that. I've got more time in your own practice. Why don't we explore that right now? Even those of us who are well practiced in it will salivate on the opportunity to spend a few moments in actually doing it. And those of you who don't have a practice, I invite you to make yourselves comfortable and comfortable. I teach meditation in prison. And on the first day of class, one woman came up to me and she said, my job is to get you the things that you need. What do you need? And I said, we need things to make ourselves comfortable. And she dropped her hand in exasperation and she said, this is prison. We don't get comfortable here. But this is not prison. So make yourself comfortable. And if in the process of my 2.5 remaining minutes you find a more comfortable position, then use the opportunity to adopt that position to make yourself comfortable. And then if you like to close your eyes, it's a little easier to begin the process with your eyes closed. So feel free to close your eyes. You can open them at any time. And with little time, we'll let the monkey mind do its business. We'll let the brain just go. And we'll simply devote our attention to our body and our breath as the breath moves through the body. And feeling the sensation of the breath and its many qualities as we experience the breath. The simple temperature of the air as it flows into your body through your nostrils, warmed as it flows out. The simple movement in your body of the breath, how it moves your shoulders, chest, the belly, perhaps the back, perhaps sensing the flow in your arms and your legs. The rhythm of the breath, the inspiration and the expiration. Feeling it as it flows in. There's a reason we call it the inspiration, receiving the creative energy, and then letting it go, that sense of release, letting go, surrender. And the rhythm of the cycle between receiving and letting go. It is in letting go that we make room to receive. And breathing into that. Feeling the cycle of the breath, itself a stimulus for the relaxation response in your body. The opportunity to breathe. The fact that we are here breathing, just like that. Letting it happen in your body. Letting it happen in your mind, and opening your mind and your heart. Just like that. Checking in on the self just now in the experience of breathing. Any experience that you have in this process comes from within you, so you can find it at any time that you might like. And check in on yourself even in 2.5 minutes on the metro, getting ready for bed, as you drift off to sleep, and awakening in the morning. Check in on the self. See what's there. And checking in just now with the eyes closed, then letting the eyes open. Check in on yourself with the eyes open, just like that. Breathing into that and becoming conscious of what we see, and a big part of our experience at the moment of each other, becoming conscious of each other. Breathing into that. And if you'd like to greet each other with a few remaining moments of my session, I'll say thank you. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for bringing your energy here to this wonderful program, Voice of Hope, to the halls of Congress, and letting me be present. Thank you.